I want to make this video showing why I went from playing on controllers to playing on wheels because 1, I like driving. 2, you get more, especially in an arcadey simulation type of game where the main focus is your driving ability. It makes you feel more like you're actually driving an actual car. It gives you the road feel, which everybody probably knows by now. The reason you upgrade to a wheel, especially with like direct, or not direct drive, but whether it be gear driven like a Logitech, belt driven, direct drive, the reason we choose these is because we want to feel more like you have a car, so that you don't do something dumb with your own car if you have a car, or if you're too young, don't even have your license to go drive, or it's just far too expensive to do any sort of driving of this type on your own. Being in the northern part of the US, you'd think there would be a lot of places to go to do rally sports. There is not, that I am aware of at least. Not within hours and hours upon driving, which to some probably sounds like, well, that's not so bad. Hours means states away. So you're spending a lot of money in gas, hundreds of dollars just to get there, just to beat up a car, just to drive back, or possibly trailer a car. So this is just some cheaper setup, and with a decent computer and a nice wheel, a handbrake, a shifter, which I'll show separately here once I get playing, is a ton of fun. I bought a handbrake online,
5, 4,
and
3,
I modded my
2,
Logitech
1.
shifter to
Keep
be
middle of a
sequential.
jump, 100, flat right of a crest and dip, 6 left of a crest long,
It's worked out
opens
good.
of a crest,
It was a
100,
like an 80-cent O-ring
flat right of a crest,
and a
opens
couple
of a crest, to keep middle of a jump, to keep middle of a
longer
crest and flat
screws,
left,
put the O-ring
50,
around. It's all over the internet. If anybody is
keep middle of a
interested
jump,
in this sort of
120,
rally driving, probably watch a
right.
Carl Gosling video or
to keep
two.
middle of
Journey
a jump,
Broadbent.
to keep middle
The
of a big
usuals.
jump, and 6 left long,
They've
past
seen
house.
modifications like this in
50.
cheap Logitech sets. So,
Keep middle of a jump, to
if you're
keep middle of
curious
a
what,
big
like,
jump,
after all the
150.
rambling I've done, probably do some jumps.
Okay, 5 left of a crest, tightens
around.
4 long, 50. Crest and 4
And,
left, very long.
So
opens
why,
of a
why
crest,
spend all this money?
and
Why spend
4 right of a crest,
well over $300
6
in
extra
2021?
long, narrow,
At least
and
by the end
6
of the
left
year here in
long.
November.
Opens of a jump, 150.
Why would I go
Slow, keep middle of a
to
jump
this
into
from a
3 right
controller when a
long.
controller's,
Opens 40.
I think I spent $60
4
on that
left,
controller
opens
years
6,
ago
extra long, 40.
because it's just more fun. I can
Keep
stay
right
out
of a jump maybe, and 3 right of a crest.
forward,
Opens,
do a bunch of
crest,
races.
and 6
Ooh,
left of a
didn't listen
crest
to the
jump
co-driver again.
into 6 right long of a crest.
And get some driving in. I think these games are fun. They
30.
get my adrenaline going.
Early 6 left long
They're
of a crest. Opens of a crest. 50.
Worth it for me not spending gas,
Right of a
tires,
to flat left of a crest.
you
Jump.
know, more miles
80.
means more oil
Keep
changes.
middle of a jump. Into 6 right long. Opens.
can't go-
Keep middle of a crest and care. 5 left.
You know, 100 miles an hour down a dirt road in my Cadillac ATS.
To keep right of a crest into
As
sudden.
much as I'd want
3
to,
left.
I don't want to risk doing
Opens at 6. Extra.
stupid shit like
extra long
this,
of a
which
crest.
that probably would have killed me.
50.
You know, just like anybody else. You get this to kind of experience it as if
5 right long.
you're actually driving
Into
a
6
real
left of a
car.
crest. 50. 6 right of a crest long. 6 left of a crest.
And even
Keep
though
right of a 60 of a crest and 6 left.
dirt
Into 6
rally
right.
is probably not the most
Into
realistic.
6 left of a crest. 50. Keep middle of a jump. Into 6 right. Extra long of a bumps. Tightens 3.
It's fun. This steering wheel gives me enough reaction back on how the car is
Into
actually
6
driving
left of a crest. Extra.
compared
extra
to
long.
the PS4 controller,
50. Keep middle of a jump. And 6 right.
which I don't have a
60.
very long cord for,
6 left of a crest.
and I don't
jump.
like using it over the
50.
Bluetooth. because I have
3 left of a crest.
wonky issues with my
Opens.
Bluetooth receiver
Keep
on
right
my
about
computer.
80.
So,
4 left of a crest long. 80.
ooh, the hell?
Right rear puncher.
Yeah, of course.
Flat right of a
So that
crest.
PlayStation
80.
controller just doesn't work that well. It was fun.
5
It's
left
still
long.
good for
Opens of a crest. 30.
Forza games,
Sudden.
stuff like that.
4 right. Tightens
Torque
3.
drift. I don't really like using
Opens
the wheel
40.
in torque
4
drift.
right. 80. Flat left of a crest. 50. 4 right. Tightens of a dip. 150. Over finish.
It's
6
just
left of a crest to
this
stop. Well
is so
done.
much more engaging. The paddle shifters are okay. I just like the feeling of having the sequential shifter more than the paddles. I have paddles in a couple of cars, and they're okay. They're nice when you're driving on the highway or something. You're fun to blip around or around town. And downshift, yeah, I didn't think I got any record there. Going through the replay here, of course, and holding a controller like this would be nice downstairs on my big TV, goofing around, having a friend over or something. That would probably be what I'd use it for. I don't have consoles. I haven't owned consoles in probably a decade. So it's nice having this set up and the flexibility with the force feedback. There's just something about grabbing a wheel, driving around, pulling a handbrake, grabbing the shifter or the paddles, and seeing the speedometer go well over 200 miles an hour, or in dirt rally, seeing the 90 mile per hour or better speed flying around corners, and getting better at, or what feels like getting better at, motorsports. Having driven plenty of cool cars, luckily, in my life, the games feel realistic enough. They're clearly not handling, well, at least this wheel setup is not handling like a real car, but close enough for me to have fun with it. So, if anybody's deciding whether or not they should switch over to a wheel and pedal set versus a controller, I would definitely say yes. It's well worth it. It's so much more fun, so much more engaging, and especially with the force feedback going, it actually makes you feel like the car is actually responding to what you're giving it. Other games like the CarX Drift Online, Assetto Corsa, Competizione, regular Assetto Corsa, Forza, all those games, they all have a little bit different feel, but they all feel really way more rewarding than the controller ever did. So I hope if you're thinking about going from controller to wheel setup, you save up, get yourself a decent setup, get a nice wheel stand, get at something nicer than mine. Mine is, you know, a setup like so, and get one with a support beam in the middle that creates a triangle, because this tends to tip forward. You can see I can just rock it back and forth. Definitely upgrade to one of these. You won't regret it.